is Jenny Gonzalez, a real estate agent with Keller Williams. My license number is 01249788, been licensed since 1998. My cell phone number is 951-316-0374. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm very excited to be hosting today's show on the Powers Now TV. Today's show is being sponsored by Eric Frazier at First Bank, King Solar Pros, Keller Williams Corona. We have an exciting show for you today. First, I'm going to share some market data on what's happening in Corona. We always have interesting information regarding Corona's market. Secondly, we have a special guest, my partner in energy consulting, Marisa Fletcher, a realtor and certified energy consultant. We will be discussing the energy crisis with gas, electricity, and what solutions there are with us as a team. Then we have Golden State Finance Authority today, and they'll be talking about down payment assistance. Don't forget to download our app on your phone, tablet, or TV devices. For more episodes and to keep up to date on what's going on in real estate, we have 24/7 feed at the Powers Now TV app. That's our show lineup. We're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll dive into the market.
Want to keep up with the current developments happening in the world of real estate? The Real Estate Roundtable, hosted by Eric L. Frazier, is a show you do not want to miss. The show features a panel of VIP agents who are passionate about helping people. It is what they do best. They discuss today's hot topics, latest market updates and trends. The panel also conducts interviews with prominent figures in the industry. New episode every Friday live on Facebook and replay on the Powers Now YouTube channel.
And we're back. For those of you joining us, welcome to the Homebuyers Town Hall Corona. My name is Jenny Gonzalez. Please go to thepowersnow.com and check out our other TV shows, our magazines, podcasts, and special events. Powers Now is a great resource for anyone looking to buy or sell real estate. Well, needless to say, Corona is just changing with the world events. Our average new list price is now $822. That is up $50,000 from our last update just a couple of weeks ago. The average price of existing home sales is $849,000, which has changed up from $785,000. We are seeing listings relisted because of high expectations of sellers to get the maximum equity out of their homes. The average per square foot is $351 per square foot. Not too long ago, it was $362. Days on market is still 7 to 30 days. Inventory is at 111. That's in a city of 153,000 people. We need more listings. The median rent is up to $3,450. That's up from $2,900. I don't know about you, but I think rates need to keep creeping up to slow this down. I have sellers that want to sell and take the equity but have nothing to buy direct here in Corona. The lack of inventory for everyone is absolutely nuts. If you're downsizing now, it's time to do it. The affordability is there for those that have equity and are moving out of town or downsizing. With that quick market update, I want to take a quick commercial break so we can get our guest in and get a bunch in today. I'll see you on the other side.
Going to cost you more than it did just a few months ago. PG&E says the cost of gas and power are going up for a number of reasons. NBC Barry's Sharon Katsuda spoke with PG&E customers today who say they are feeling the pain of this.
We're getting hot link, Louisiana hot links.
Nothing like hot links on a cold winter day to warm you up, but it's getting harder to stomach the cost to keep it warm at home.
I've seen my bill go up drastically, and everything's going up. It's just everything. It's just crazy.
It was 40 degrees today, and then you had to turn the heater on?
Yeah.
I have kids, so they want a warm house. So my heater's on 24/7.
According to PG&E, if it seems like your power bill is spiking, you're right. Particularly the price of natural gas. In a statement, the company explains one of the most significant drivers is the rising cost of natural gas being experienced globally. Gas supply costs, what we refer to as the commodity price, have gone up significantly this winter over last winter, not just in our service area or California, but nationwide and globally. The company says natural gas commodity prices this winter were about 90% higher in PG&E's service territory than last year. European natural gas prices are up over 400% compared to last winter. They also say the drought and high temperatures drove up demand for natural gas this summer. In fact, the utility says it hasn't seen sustained prices this high since 2008. And since market electricity prices are driven by the cost of natural gas, we're seeing similar spikes in the cost of electricity. For an average use residential gas and electric customer, the overall bill increase was up about $19 a month starting in January, including an approximate $12 increase for electric and $7 for gas. Starting in March, average residential electric customers would experience about a $14 monthly bill increase. PG&E says your bills should start coming down when the weather warms. But considering it's been hailing in parts of the Bay Area today, it doesn't seem like relief is coming anytime soon. In Concord, Sharon Katsuda, NBC Bay Area News.
Welcome back. And with us today is Marisa Fletcher, certified energy consultant with King Solar Pros. Marisa Fletcher is both a licensed real estate broker for more than 15 years, as well as an independent certified solar broker, serving the Inland Empire and surrounding counties. Her number one priority has been to provide the highest level of customer service and value to her clients for all of their real estate matters. 3 years ago, Marisa was introduced to Power Solar, and she began working exclusively in the solar industry as a green certified realtor. Now her number one goal is to educate her fellow realtors and peers on the intricacies of solar and how realtors can help their clients when they decide to go solar. With nearly 3 million solar energy systems installed on residential rooftops across the country, buying or selling a solar home is getting more and more common. When it comes to homeowners, no matter if they have purchased a system with Marisa or not, she is available to answer any questions regarding solar. Her mission is to help customers enjoy the rewards of affordable, clean, and renewable solar power from a local provider they can trust. Marisa has partnered with Power Energy, a number one rated company of independent solar providers in the United States. And this allows all of their clients to get the responsive, dependable, personal service they deserve, combined with options and security they expect. Marisa wants to be your go-to solar broker for all things solar related. She is here to make sure your client solar systems provide a lifetime of benefits to them. We are King Solar Pros, and we #live, #love, #panel the planet. Thank you, Marisa, for joining us today.
Marisa Fletcher here, and I am your green realtor and your solar energy plug. I am here to share with you the benefits of going solar. I have been in the real estate industry for over 20 years and now in the solar industry for just about 3 years. And I have found within both industries that there are many benefits that homeowners look for when they go solar. So I'm here to share that information with you. First, a little bit about me. Like I just told you, I've been in real estate for about 20 years, was the broker owner of a franchise with my husband and myself, broker owner of a major franchise for about 10 years. And we saw a need that was within the solar industry, a need to help homeowners get solar the right way. Usually when someone goes solar, if it's not a personal relationship that they have, it's someone that they met via door knocking or that they met in a store somewhere. And when there's not that relationship and that personal feel or that personal build, when you don't know about that client, there's not a ability to customize solar for the client. And sometimes clients have a bad experience. So I began experiencing that throughout the real estate industry, and then decided to put my hat within solar and partnering with Power Solar. So I am a certified independent solar broker. I don't work for one company or a brick and mortar company. I work specifically for homeowners. I design specifically what they need and make sure that those needs are provided for throughout the life of their solar system. So that's a little bit about me and my background and my experience. My why of doing solar. Again, there was a need. Just like in real estate, there's a need. I feel there's a strong need to create generational wealth in owning real estate property. It's the same thing with your energy, right? If you don't own your energy, if you don't own the system, you are leasing that energy to the utility company. And there's a way that you can generate that same energy just like you get it now, and also have some benefits and some advantages. And so I'm going to share with you what some of those advantages are. So that's part of my why and what made me make that transition into this industry. I also get to donate. I get to be hands-on and do things for families that's not normally done. So for example, in the photo that's up on the screen now, that's myself and my current solar team with Power. And we're pointing to a home that we were able to build for a family out in Ensenada, Mexico. And that, what you see is a 2-bedroom structure with a loft. It's got 3 beds. It is for a 6-member family, husband, wife, and 4 children that did not have shelter. They own the land that structure is on, but they didn't have a structure. So they were subject to the elements, the winds. Our solar team was every single time we get to help a homeowner, kick Edison to the curb or kick the utility to the curb, get off of dirty energy. They get to clean energy, right? Reduce our carbon footprint. And on top of that, there's a donation that goes from each one of those sales that gets to get donated to build this home. So this was our last home build. We're very proud pointing to it. We also get to provide the family with electricity via solar panels. So that's what we're pointing to. And so the best way that I'm here to help, and that I'm here to help my clients in my solar business, is that I come from that angle, that approach. It is a customized plan, a customized system for them. Solar is not right for everyone, but for the families that it is right for, we have a system and we have a plan that we can design and help them with. So now I will get into why people go solar. Okay. So when I'm meeting with people and we're talking about solar, there's usually 5 things or 5 major reasons that are prompting people to go solar. One of the largest ones, especially in the state of California, where I work out of 20 different states virtually, but my home state is California. And one of the biggest reasons in California is that we get to reduce or eliminate their energy bills. So the more energy someone uses, the less we can reduce their bill, and we get to reduce those bills. I've seen clients reduce their energy bills 30%, 40% from day one by going solar. So that's another thing, they can start saving day one. There are also a lot of different rebates, incentives, and credits that are available or can be available depending on what state you're in. I'm going to talk about some of the incentives that are available in California that make solar very attractive to homeowners. Another one is that, again, I mentioned that we get to help lower pollution, right? And we get to help control climate change or help reduce climate change, the more solar panels that go on rooftops, that go on homes. Not getting into the long detailed explanation of how energy is created, but it's basically created using fossil fuels and coals. It's created an old archaic way. We call it dirty energy. And because of that, it's emitting all the fogs and everything that we see going on with our airs, what we're breathing, what our children are breathing. The more homes that get solar on top of them, the less emissions we're releasing into the air. Okay, so we're helping with climate change, the warming temperatures. So there's an element of that green clean when it comes to solar. And then also in many states, not yet many states, but it will be soon many states, but in California, this state, main state, There's mandates that are required that say you have to have solar on your homes. Starting in 2020, California, all new homes have to have solar. Also, ADUs that are built have to have solar on them. So as we start seeing more and more mandates in states, there's some petitions now in Florida to make it mandatory. We're going to start seeing more and more solar. Okay, so those are the 5 main reasons why people go solar. Okay, and just to dig into that just a little bit more, like I said, I'm going to talk to you about California, and I'm going to talk about the utility increases. As those that are in California that are watching this are aware, the way our utilities are controlled out here is we basically have a monopoly. We don't get to choose who our utility company is. We get to choose where we live, and based on where we live, that's the utility companies that we have to go with. Now there's other states, Texas being one, where you get to kind of choose. The customer gets to choose their retail utility provider, but we don't get that in California. And because of that, we have really high utility rates. Okay, since 2003, the national average utility prices have nearly doubled in California. I live in Southern California, Edison territory. There's the 3 biggies: Southern California, Edison, SDG&E, and then PG&E. Okay, those are the larger ones, and then you have some of the other municipalities. But a lot of times you'll hear me mention one of the 3 biggies, because those are the big ones in California that dominate between San Diego and all of Southern and Northern California. But SCE is one that I'm going to mention a lot, Southern California Edison. And back in 2000, Southern California Edison's rates were 13 cents. 13 cents back in 2000. Okay, back in 2018, those rates had doubled to 26 cents. And that was in 2018, right? This information is dated. Okay, right now I'm seeing on average in SCE territory, anywhere from 29 cents, 30 cents. SDG&E is higher, 33 cents, 34 cents. The more energy you use, the more you pay. Right? That's how it is now. That's how it used to be. Now they're switching some of that, and they're saying now it's called time of use. When you use your energy, you're going to pay more depending on the time of day you use it. So there's a lot of things that are going on with the utility companies. And just to make it easy for homeowners, it just ends up being higher rates, higher costs. And they just go up and up and up. Same thing for SDG&E. Different rate hike requests that were put in for SDG&E. This was an article that was on a newscast that was on ABC, where they show you what the different rate hikes that were in place between 2019 and 2022 for SDG&E. So because of those rate hikes, and because of the fact that we have no control over those rate hikes, think gasoline here, right? Depending on when you're watching this video. An example that I like to give is when I began driving, gas was 99 cents a gallon. Now I know I look fabulous. Okay, I'm gonna take that. It wasn't that long ago. I wasn't in the buggy days. Okay, it wasn't that long ago. But gas was 99 cents a gallon, and I say that because depending on when you're watching this video, gas is anywhere. Normally, it was up to $5 a gallon, but today, on the date of this recording, we're looking at $6.20 a gallon. Okay. So yeah, think gasoline, right? You have a gas powered vehicle, you need gas, you go and get it. Same thing for the utilities. You need lights, you flip the switch. If you're with Edison, right? If you're with SDG&E, PG&E, you flip the switch for your lights, but there's a better way. All right. So I talked about one of those bullet points when it comes to solar, right? The savings, and the reason why we can experience such great savings with solar is because how high our energy costs are today. There's another really good federal benefit that's available to many that go solar, not to all, but to many that go solar. It is a federal tax incentive that is available that basically says through the end of 2022, if you have a solar system installed and fully operating, you are eligible for a 26% tax credit. 26% of the gross cost of the system, there's a tax credit that you're available for. Okay. Next year in 2024, that tax credit drops to 22%. And then after that, if no new legislation comes into play, the tax credit's going to go away. But the point is 26% is a pretty huge number. And depending on what your federal tax liability looks like, you may be able to benefit from that incentive. I know in my business, I'm a business owner and get hit pretty good with taxes. I'm always looking for a way to save on those taxes. When my system was installed, at that time, it was a 30% incentive that was in place. And I was able to take full advantage of that incentive, and it worked out pretty well in my advantage. So that's just another one of the benefits of going solar. Like I said, when I did it, it was years ago, and the incentive was 30%. That incentive actually kept going down for 5 years and went away. And now a new incentive is in place. We hope they continue to extend it out further beyond 2024. But as of today, we've got up till 2024, 22% of the overall cost of that system. So there's a form that you file with your CPA. You have to check with your CPA to make sure you benefit from, you qualify for that benefit. But your CPA will be able to use this form and then let you know how that works. All right, so another really big one, and I smile at this one because this is one that excites me. What happens if you sell your home? Well, there's multiple ways that you can go solar, and not going into all those details right now, but if there's 4 ways to go solar, 2 of the ways that you can go solar allows you to qualify for this benefit. Okay, and what this benefit says is that you're going to own that system outright. You're not going to lease it, you're going to own it outright. If you have an owned outright solar system, when you sell your house, you're able to add value to your home based on that system, based on the efficiency of that system, the size of that system. There's certain things that appraisers will put into place that they look at, right? There's a checklist that you can look up, but there's certain things that appraisers look at that let them know what value they can assign to a specific solar system based on its size and its age and those kind of things. So that's really, really exciting news for someone like me who has a history and background of real estate. When I began my solar career, it was with helping my real estate clients. I had a lot of my past real estate clients coming to me that either had solar systems installed already or were looking to get solar systems installed. And prior to being a part of that industry, I didn't have a reputable resource to pass them to or source for them to go to. And so that was another reason that I jumped over into the industry. So now that I'm in the industry, I'm able to help those real estate clients. I work with lots of realtor partners, lots of lender partners, and we help their clients and we make sure they purchase their system the correct way so that they get the full benefit of that solar system. And we know when we're out there showing property or you're seeing property on the market, if there's a home without a solar system and then there's a model match home as well, the home that's the model match is the one that's going to win when it comes to higher price. You're going to get a higher value for that home that has that solar system, model match, but with that solar system on it. There's also some resources from the U.S. Department of Energy, also from HUD and REL that will also explain to you how there's higher value or added value when you own a solar system outright, or you have a finance solar system and you own it. There's added value to your home when it's time to sell. So another really, really big benefit about solar systems are the warranties and the coverage. So guys, whenever you're speaking with a homeowner, or if you are a homeowner and you're watching this video, you want to make sure that whenever you're speaking with a solar consultant, the first thing you want to ask are, what are your warranties and how long do they last? Typical companies have 10-year warranties. If they do anything on the roof, you're looking at a 10-year limited roof coverage. If they're doing anything with the system, it's usually a 20-year coverage that you're looking at from typical solar companies. For the company that I partner with and broker with, we have what's called a 30-year extended bumper-to-bumper warranty, okay? And that is an additional warranty that goes on top of the manufacturer's warranty, okay? And it's gonna cover that complete system. It's gonna cover any labor, any parts, and any roof penetrations, roof work that was done on that home. It's going to cover all of that for 30 years of the life of that system. So that's basically going to guarantee that you're going to have a working and operable solar system for the next and upcoming 30 years. Another benefit of this value, another value add to this is that, what happens if you sell that house? On average in California, with me having that real estate background, we sell our houses every 7 to 8 years on average. Might be a little bit longer now, but about 7 to 8 years is the last statistic that I heard on average in California is when we're selling, or we're upgrading, or we're moving, or we're doing something of that nature. So what happens if you decide to do that and you've still got that solar system on that home? Well, this warranty is fully 100% transferable to the new homeowner, no additional cost, nothing out of pocket. Also, should this warranty need to be used, there's no deductible or anything needed for them to come out and take care of the system for you. Okay, so again, warranties when it comes to solar systems is a #1 thing and a #1 concern that I hear with consumers. But as long as you've got that good coverage and that good warranty, they're loving what those systems provide for them. And then also, I work strictly on word of mouth and referral when it comes to solar. I'm not one of those people that door knock. I'm not one of those people that have a booth at the store. Nothing wrong with that. But with our company, we truly believe in servicing the customer and making sure that they come first, that they're not just a project. They're not just, glass on the roof, and they never hear from us and we become a statistic. But Power is really concerned with making sure that that customer, that consumer is getting that great experience and that they come first with their system and the value that we provide. Because of that, we're able to offer a fabulous referral program. And the way that referral program works is that it's free to join, doesn't cost you anything, and you refer someone to us, they go solar with me. Once they go solar with us, Power pays you $1,000 per referral. Okay, and that's called our ambassador program. And again, it allows this company to have over 10,000 installs last year at the end of 2021, 10,000 installs in 1 year, and all by referral. We don't do any advertising or billboards or radio ads like that. Okay, so if anyone's interested in joining that program, please send me a text message to the contact info provided. And then last but not least, let me share with the people that are viewing this video some options that homeowners have when it comes to what their energy needs are, where they're getting their energy from. So on their current program, right, which is with the utilities, what they're looking at are ever increasing rates. They're renting that energy, which is not providing any asset or any value to their asset, their home that they already own. They're not getting any savings from that. There's no tax incentives, no rebates. Again, no value add to the home, no protection during blackouts. That's something that I didn't talk about a lot, but solar systems can also provide you protection during blackouts, especially in those states that have severe weather and experience blackouts for days. And then also the way that our energy is produced now, it's harmful to the planet, okay? But there's other options that homeowners can look at and homeowners can take advantage of, and that's by going solar. We have what's called net metering here in California, and many of the other states, they have what's called net metering. And that's basically, in a nutshell, a program that allows us to sell excess energy back to Edison at a cost, okay? And because of that net metering combined with the solar system, that's how we're able to come up with so many savings. But what would it look like to a homeowner? It would look like a lower fixed monthly payment that's not going to adjust. So right now, what you look at is lower bills during the winter, really high bills during the summer, and we've just got to meet in the middle and make that adjustment and pay those bills. How'd you like to have a lower fixed payment that doesn't adjust? You also are going to own that energy. It's an asset to your home, so you own it. It provides value. It's going to give you short-term savings and, most importantly, long-term savings, right? Think of that gas scenario I gave you earlier. When I started driving, gas was 99 cents a gallon. It's much higher now. But when you go into solar, whatever cost you get today is the cost that you're going to have 25, 30 years from today. It doesn't go up. There's some federal and state incentives that are available. Think about that 26% federal tax incentive we spoke about. There's also new customer incentives. So through my company, I just was able to help a homeowner not have to make energy payments for the first year of her solar system install. Okay, that was a promo that we have for new customers. First year, no payment of that solar system installation. And so those are some of the new types of incentives that are available to consumers out there. Also, that system is going to add value to their home. Okay, 98% of the clients that I help, we do it with financing or with cash value, cash add to the system. Okay, because we want to get that value add that's going to be added to the asset when that system is paid off. It's going to provide you with blackout protection, which you're not currently getting from the utility companies. And then also it's environmentally friendly. Okay, and so with that being said, I want to thank everyone for your time in watching this video. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at the information provided. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to my partner, Marisa Fletcher with King Solar Pros. We're going to take a commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about down payment assistance with Golden State Finance Authority. For those of you just joining us, welcome to the Homebuyer Town Hall Corona. My name is Jenny Gonzalez. Please go to thepowersnow.com and check out our real estate magazine, HUD Home magazine, and a lot of deals by our VIP agents on the Powers Now TV. Today we have joining me Carolyn Sansari from Golden State Finance Authority. Welcome, Carolyn, to the show.
Thank you, Jenny. It's great to be here. I'm excited to delve into the down payment assistance programs from Golden State Finance Authority. It's a passion of mine, not just my job, to sit here and talk about homebuyer assistance programs. We all know that affordability in California is quite a challenge right now. Prices have been quite high recently, but we've seen some extremely low interest rates. And so there is an opportunity for people to start building some financial security through real estate, even with high prices. And one of the biggest challenges that we see today with millennials, what we see with people trying to get back into the home buyer market, is coming up with the cash resources for down payment and closing costs. So I'm pleased to be here because I do want to show some solutions to the affordability issue by sharing with everyone on this Zoom event about the down payment assistance programs from Golden State Finance Authority. So with that, I would like to share my screen and go through some slides just so I can make sure that I cover the most important content to the realtors with us today. The way that I like to discuss the topic with real estate agents is really from a perspective of you not losing sales, not losing transactions because of someone's financial position. And oftentimes a real estate agent is the first person to kind of find out where someone is in terms of what kind of resources they have. And so you as a real estate agent can be the link to programs that can make a difference, that can maybe get them into a house sooner than they thought possible, maybe give them more purchasing power. So imagine as a real estate agent, what can down payment assistance do for you and your clients? Golden State Finance Authority has been offering homebuyer assistance programs in California for almost 30 years. We've been able to help over 83,000 individuals and families to purchase homes. And the vast majority of the time, it's because of the down payment and closing cost assistance that we provide. We've been able to provide over $634 million in down payment and closing cost assistance money in California. Now, we are a public agency, a quasi-governmental agency, and that gives us the ability to take your standard mortgage products that we've all heard of and then couple them with down payment, closing cost assistance, and flexible guidelines to allow for people to get into homes maybe sooner than they thought possible. But when people think of down payment assistance, whether it's a lender or home buyer or real estate agent, oftentimes they hesitate to look into it because they're worried about some of the things that may actually make it more challenging. So let's start off by just talking about the flexibility and maybe breaking some of the myths out there around down payment assistance. When it comes to Golden State Finance Authority's programs, we really focus on accessibility. So they are not limited to first-time home buyers. So whether somebody is returning to home buying, they've owned a home in the past, or maybe they're a first-time home buyer, or maybe they own a property today, but they're going to be purchasing a new residence that they're moving into as an owner-occupied residence. And I don't mean new property. I just mean they're going to be moving into a new home to them, and the cash resources to get in with down are short. So again, no first-time home buyer requirement on the GSFA programs. In addition, the down payment assistance that our programs provide is up to 7% of the loan amount, and that's a lot of money. We're going to look at an example of how much cash that really can give them. The income limits are extremely flexible. In fact, we don't even have income limits on government loans, but we'll dive into that a little bit more, as well as some of the qualifying guidelines. But I'd like to start off with dispelling the myth that you have to be you have to have perfect credit, or that you can't have any debts or liabilities. It's very flexible. FICO scores are allowed as low as 620, and even debt to income ratios up to 50% can qualify. Variety of different financing options, and the programs are available throughout the state of California. On your screen is an example of utilizing our Open Doors program to purchase a house at the maximum loan that we can actually finance through the program. The loan amount, the maximum is $548,250. So I'm using a scenario of the highest amount purchase price, the highest sales price on a home, that would allow you to only use the down payment and closing cost assistance from Golden State Finance Authority to buy that house, okay? So this example is a home of $565,000. They have cash of their own, they would be able to purchase higher than this. If they had resources to cover the closing costs, they could purchase higher than this by using all of the money we provide towards the principal. But this is an example, $565,000, and that allows them 7% or up to 7% in assistance. That comes to $38,363, and leaving them with a mortgage loan of $548,50. Now, $38,000, imagine that. That is enough to cover the minimum required on down for a conventional loan that only requires 3% down. That's enough to cover that $16,950 in down. And it leaves them with another $21,000 for closing costs. They have some cash of their own, they can apply that additional $21,000, apply the entire $38,000 coming from Golden State Finance Authority towards the transaction. And that would allow them to purchase probably up to about $580,000. And just showing you an example here of how the affordability can be maximized through using down payment and closing cost assistance. Now we have two different down payment programs. The first one is called Platinum. It's been around a little bit longer. It's been around since 2010. It's our most popular one, and the reason is because for certain occupations in law enforcement, firefighting, and all the support staff in schools, whether public or private, and within the medical and healthcare industries, we provide the down payment assistance for this program, Platinum, as a gift on the first day that escrow closes. So they start out with equity in their home on day one and don't have to pay back that assistance. Now, outside of these specialized occupations, the rest of the borrowers are getting the down payment assistance as a 0% second mortgage instead, and it's forgiven after 3 years. So instead of a gift on day one, the other borrowers will be getting a second loan that has no interest, no payments, and after 36 months is completely forgiven. And that's what I think makes this program the most attractive to home buyers. But when you want to refer someone to a GSFA participating lender, the lender is going to dive into the nuances of these two programs and what's the right fit for them. And I'm just covering some of the highlights of these two programs. The Platinum program allows 640 FICO score on conventional loans, 660 on FHA, and as low as 640 for VA and USDA mortgages. And then you'll notice that the maximum debt to income ratios are around 45 and sometimes up to 50% when the borrower has a little bit higher FICO. Now, the second program is geared towards providing more in assistance. Platinum was able to provide 5%, Open Doors provides up to 7%. So the borrowers that don't have down payment money, they also don't have closing cost money, sometimes being able to get up to 7% is going to be a better fit. This program might be the better fit. Now, the assistance provided for the Open Doors program is provided as part gift, up to half of it as a gift, and the other half as what we call a 0% second mortgage that's due and payable when they sell the property or they refinance that mortgage or the mortgage loan itself is paid off. So there is a repayment of part of the assistance that's provided for this Open Doors program. But again, when you have a borrower that doesn't have a lot of cash resources and they can qualify for a mortgage today, this allows them to get into the property today, to start building equity, start building financial security, knowing that the assistance that was provided to help them, up to half of it is completely forgiven, and the other half they would pay back at some future date without any interest on it. The FICO scores that are allowed for the Open Doors program become a little bit more flexible. We can go down to 620 FICOs and up to 55% on debt to income ratios, depending on the underwriting approval. Now, all of the programs are for, both of the programs are for the purchase of a primary residence. It's going to be a residence that they own or occupy, but the programs can go up to 4 units. And maybe you've never considered that. You have a borrower who has this picture of the perfect little property that they're looking for, but you know that we don't have the inventory out there and that they may have to start thinking outside the box. So consider how a borrower might actually be in a really good position by buying a duplex or a triplex. Up to 4 units can be financed with our down payment and closing cost assistance programs. All of the mortgages, whether they are government loans, FHA, VA, or USDA, or a conventional loan, they are 30-year fixed rate interest, and the maximum loan amount, as I mentioned, on the mortgage, the first mortgage, is going to be $548,250. Now, sometimes it's going to be really advantageous for a borrower to go with conventional financing, and that's because those borrowers in a lower income bracket that can qualify for conventional financing are going to get more attractive pricing, meaning better interest rates on the program. They're going to get better coverage better costs on their MI because they don't have to have as much mortgage insurance, and they'll have a little bit more flexibility in the down payment options. But I don't want you to think that you have to be low income. You don't. A borrower can qualify for FHA, VA, and USDA loans, government loans, no matter what the income is. We don't have an income limit. Now, you do have to refer to the agency guidelines. So if there is an USDA income limit for a property, that might apply. We don't apply any income limits. And for conventional financing, our income limits are really high. There's an example here on the screen of San Bernardino, Los Angeles, and Riverside County. And as you can see, it's a really high income. It's like $162,000 that they can still qualify for down payment and closing cost assistance. As I mentioned, there's some MI advantages, some mortgage insurance advantages, because the coverage that they need on a conventional loan for the borrowers in a lower income bracket at 80% of area median income and below, their coverage level actually drops drastically. But you know, this is where the loan officer gets involved in what's going to be the best fit for them. Now, as a real estate agent, I get a lot of questions about whether or not accessing or referring somebody to a down payment assistance program is going to make the entire escrow slow down or make it more challenging, you know, and how can they reassure a seller or a buyer that down payment assistance is a good option, that you know, a seller should not hesitate to take an offer with somebody who's getting down payment assistance. One of the biggest factors has to do with how we don't have any compliance review. We leave all of the actual mortgage loan processing and making sure that the borrower qualifies, we leave that to the lender. And so the only step where a lender is working directly with Golden State Finance Authority is at the time that they lock in the interest rate. And that when they do lock in the interest rate, they obtain a commitment for the down payment and closing cost money as well. And that step is really important. But once that lock is done, they are given those documents from Golden State Finance Authority, and then they go through the mortgage loan just like they normally would, which means your lenders, your GSFA lenders, can process down payment assistance programs in 30 days. I was on a call just the other day, and we had a lender who was saying that they could do 22 days. So keep in mind that just because it's a down payment assistance program, when you work with GSFA's program, it's not going to slow down escrow. There isn't going to be an additional compliance review step or additional forms that have to be turned in or a package that has to be reviewed that you then think could actually cause a problem during escrow. And the qualifying guidelines are so few. You yourself, if you had the ability, could talk to the borrower and mention the FICO limitations or FICO requirements of 620 or above, or the DTI. You know, on our website, we have the income limits for conventional financing, so you're able to look at that. And then, you know, knowing the needs of the borrower, get them in touch with a lender that can really look further into their situation and figure out which program will be best. But I don't want you to take my word for it. Here on the screen is some testimonials from people who have actually written in letters thanking GSFA for the program, for getting them into houses. And as you can see, you're looking at a borrower here that's getting $13,000, another that got $18,000, people who were renting for years and years, and even during COVID have been able to purchase a home and move into it. How do you get started? As a real estate agent, it's really important that you work with a GSFA participating lender, especially the ones who are experienced in GSFA programs, because they're going to understand the guidelines. They're going to, you know, have a process in place for locking in the loan rate and getting that commitment letter, and they're going to stay in contact with you. That is really important. And so what I suggest for all of the real estate agents is to develop a one-on-one relationship with lenders and loan officers themselves so that you can do referrals the minute you find out that a borrower has a need for down payment and closing cost assistance. Our lenders are going to be the one to furnish the interest rates and to provide the applicable APRs. They're the ones that are going to go through the application, the mortgage loan application process, and check eligibility, and then determine whether it's the Platinum program or the Open Doors program that's going to be the best fit for the borrower. We don't expect real estate agents to memorize all the guidelines, but understanding the key features of the program, understanding that they're more flexible than most people think, that they're not limited to first-time home buyers, that's the first step. Because once you believe in the value of these programs, you can then educate your borrowers and link them to GSFA participating lenders. Now, as Eric mentioned, we have done some videos on the website. And so if you would like a more in-depth look at either the Platinum or the Open Doors program, we highly encourage that you visit the website and look at the program pages. There's the videos on our YouTube pages as well, and also on the Power Is Now website as well. These videos really dive into how the programs work. There's even a video with a couple who have used the Platinum program and share their experience. First Bank is one of our participating lenders. You have Eric with us today, so I highly encourage reaching out to him. His contact information is here, and I'm sure we're going to leave you with a website to reach out to either Eric or myself after this presentation as well. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Carolyn. We're going to take a commercial break.
The Power Is Now magazines are the leading resource for real estate agents, mortgage bankers, entrepreneurs, and small home ownership businesses, providing leaders with business strategy information, resources, and tools through PIN, real estate, programming guide magazines. Stay up to the minute with real estate news and information from industry experts. Subscription is free. Sign up today. thepowerisnow.com. thepowerisnow.com.
For those of you just joining us, welcome to the Homebuyers Town Hall Corona. My name is Jenny Gonzalez with Keller Williams Corona. Please go to thepowerisnow.com and check out our realtor and homebuyer seminars coming soon online. Register today to get your seat. I promise you won't be disappointed. Now I want to talk about selling your home. Right now we have a lack of inventory in Corona and our surrounding areas. The prices are going up, interest rates are going up. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We actually don't know what's going to happen next week, next month. So now is the time to take the power into your hands. Do you have a home that you're ready to sell and you know where you want to buy? You know you have the equity to do it. Do you need to downsize, upsize? You plan on moving closer to your family? Go ahead and give me a call. Let's find out a plan. Maybe you're not ready today or tomorrow. Maybe you're ready next month, 6 months from now. It takes some people a year or two to get ready to sell or buy a home. So that's where I come in so we can plan and I can do a free consultation. So if you have any questions, you go ahead and give me a call. So I want to thank everyone for joining me today on the Power Is Now TV. I hope the information today was beneficial. If I could be of any assistance to you on buying or selling a home or with regards to solar, please give me a call at 951-316-0374. My name is Jenny Gonzalez with Keller Williams Corona. My license number is 01249788. Been licensed since 1998. And my website is jennygsaleshomes.com. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you next time. The power is now to buy or sell real estate.